width of the fabric is 6 inches. So 24 by 6 for its head circumference that measures 22 inches. Then you sew off the 1 inch allowance because the head circumference is actually 22 inches. When you've sewn it off this way, then mark the middle of the fabric. You know it's on fold now. So mark the middle up to bottom. Then turn it inside out. Mark the middle again. Then this is called a Maco. You need it. This is called a Maco. And you get it where you get shoemaking supplies. Maco is what we normally use to pad our shoes. We call it shoe pad. So use it to pad your shoes in case you buy shoes that have a big fit and you want it to fit your legs properly. So this is it. So you fold the Maco. The Maco measures 2.25 by 19 inches. So you fold it into two. Mark the middle. So put the middle of this to the middle of this. Watch. Put it in the center. Leaving 0.25 inches. Leaving half-inch allowance off. Place it that way. And get this other side. Close it in. And pin it down. So middle to middle. Then you pin it down. So you are going to do the same thing all through until you finish fixing the Maco inside the ashoke. That's what I'm doing now. And when you fix, you pin. Fix it in such a way that it's tight. You fix, you pin. All right. So this side is gone inside everything. You do the same thing on this side. So you see, now I've pinned it all. This is what we now have. Then the next thing will be to sew off the half-inch allowance. And when you are sewing it, sew it very close to the Maco inside. Sew it off the Maco inside, very close. So you sew it round here. The place that has the opening, you sew it and come back. So as it is now, make sure it forms a perfect circle. You don't want it to be slant to form an oblong shape. No, you want it to form a perfect circle. So see what I do. As much as you can. So this I can work with. Then I get the other ashoke I join together. Putting the hard part of the band on it, trace out a circle using a chalk. So I hold it down, see what I do. I trace out my circle. Hope it's clear what I did. So this is my circle. Then all I'm doing now is just adjust it to give me that perfect circle shape. That's all I'm doing. So see what I have. You will notice that some places went off, but I will adjust it. Just see what I have. You see what it looks like. All right. So this is what I have. The next thing will be to cut. Trace out the circle. I'm leaving just a little bit of allowance to it so that I can have allowance to work with when I join it. Just a little, doesn't need much. You see what I have? So I'm noticing that here the circle is not okay. So I'm just trying to shape it up to give me the circle I'm looking for. Right? So with this now, the next thing will be get your needle and thread ready. So I start to pin. I want to use this side so that we can get what I'm saying. Fold your circle into two this way. Mark here, mark here. And then we're also going to be working with these 2 points that is folded, but let's still mark it. Mark here, mark here. So if you're looking at the back here, you will see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 marked. So we're going to still get this same 4 points here. So this back has given us a point. So we mark it. Then folding it into two, we get this point too. We mark it. All right. Then again, fold it this way so that these two places will meet each other. The two places we marked earlier will meet each other. Then you mark and you mark. So now looking at this one too, you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 marked places. So what we are going to do is place this in the middle this way. Place it in the middle this way. Then pin. You see what I did? That's what you do. Just pin the 4 marked points together first. So I've pinned here to here. Here to here. I come here, look for the next point. See the next marked point. I want to pin it here. And the next marked point is here. I have to pin it here now. Okay, seeing the pin. Now that we've gotten this, all we now have to do is to make sure that we sew in all these things in these spaces. You see what we have? You see what it looks like? You see what here looks like? It's balanced. Now I'm going to show you what to do with the places that are too wide. This one too is balanced, but this spot looks like it has too much fabric. Let's see. Oh, it's all balanced. So you see, it works. See what we have? I haven't even sewn. All right. So what I'm now going to do is to sew round. Remember, we left half an inch here on the band. So that on that half an inch is where we are going to sew so that everything will lap. So watch as I sew it. So at the end of the day, see what we have after sewing. I haven't trimmed it, but see what it looks like after sewing. All right. So if I turn it, I'm going to trim now. Just all these excesses. Don't worry, it's going to come out fine. All right. So this is what we have. This is it. This is it. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. I haven't turned it inside out. Then you get a bias strip. Look at what a bias looks like, or any strip of fabric actually that matches the fabric you're working with. I will use it to turn this, the rough edges. You know, bias always comes this way. So I will sew here first. I will sew it onto here first, this way. I will sew it, just open it up this way and sew it like this round. Then I'll show you the next thing to be done. So we've sewn it on this side now. Then the next thing will be to see what it looks like. Next thing will be to use it and wrap it up this way. So you open it up, wrap it. Look at it. Open it up, wrap the rough edge inside, and sew. So this is what we're going to do. Sew it round. Open it up, wrap the rough edge inside, and sew. So we're sewing it this way, all right? So I'll sew and come back. Okay, so now I'm done sewing and turning it. You see how neat it looks now? So all the rough edges are gone. So now I'm going to reveal it. Let's turn the inside, turn it to the right side, and reveal what we have made. See what we have made. Looking all nice and smooth. All right. This is what we have made. So now the next thing will be, look at it. The next thing will be to make the bow at the back. So for the bow, I need it's a double bow, so I need 23 inches into 2. So this is how to do it. I take one of it, close it with half of an inch, 0.5 inch. Then close this one again. So I turn it inside out. Look at the place I joined. Then find the midpoint. Find the middle. Okay, when I fold it, you see it's equal on both sides. So this is the middle. I use a needle pin and hold it down. Then I put a sew running stitch on this seam line. Then to make it more defined, you can decide to tie it. See. So I knot it. Then I tape it off. Good. So I repeat what I've done here on the other one. Then I come back. So the next thing I've made the bow, the 2 bows. So the shape I want to give it, you can give it any shape you want. You can make it a cross, which I don't really like. But then there's this kind of soft, I call it a soft cross, or like a big bow. You see what I have? By extension, the bow becomes bigger. So here, these 2 matches up here, and these 2 also matches up here. You have to try it to make sure it matches. All right. So what I would do, I hope, is to use a hand needle like I'm doing and join it together. In, out sewing until it's well attached to each other, like so. So now that I'm done, look at it, is attached to each other. Then I'll get the cap that we made earlier. This is the cap. Then attach it to the back. You see the place that has a seam line? attach it there. Anyhow you want to keep it, but definitely not like this. But I think this could be another shape though, but I prefer to do this. All right, then my needle is still at the back, my threaded needle, so make sure it's at the center here. Then you attach it by in out sewing, just in out. I put it back in again, bring it to the front, and repeat it again, push it to the back. So finally we're done. Look at it. Look at it. I'm going to put it on a dummy so that you see what it looks like. But we are done. Then I'll get any design I want or have and place here, and we're good to go.
And yay, finally, look at what we have. And it's so beautiful. I made a green one earlier. And as a matter of announcement, I just want to tell you that you can buy this from me in bulk. I send to any country of your choice. I use DHL. Feel free to do business with me. I am trustworthy and I will not run away with your money. Thank you for watching and please do subscribe. I appreciate your watching the video. Thank you.